Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Kính thưa đại chúng, theo như chương trình thì tối hôm nay trước khi mình sinh hoạt tiếng Việt thì Pháp Hòa sẽ nói một bài ngắn tiếng Anh với các bạn trẻ, các em ngắn thôi. Rồi sau đó các em sẽ lui ra và các em có thể gặp các thầy ở bên trái đường. Good evening, my dear brothers, sisters and friends. Today is Saturday, June 29th, 2019. I believe that you all start your summer break. Is that right? Did you finish your final exam? Welcome to our night according to our schedule. Before Thầy speak in Vietnamese, we will have a short time together. And after my talk, if you're able to stay back for a little while, we would like to invite you, all the young friends, go to the dining hall. All the English speaking, you can go to the dining hall. So all the young monks, the other monks will meet you, and you will have a little chat and a little sharing there, if you're able to make it. So I would like to greeting to all of you and welcome you all to this evening. So how are you? Thầy is very happy that I'm able to see some of you back. And something very, every time when I see you back and you look bigger, but I look shorter. This is one of the truth of life about impermanent. Impermanent means nothing will stay forever, everything will be changed. But if we accept the impermanent in the positive way, then this impermanent will help us a lot to move on in life. For example, if we have something struggling, and usually the young unable to handle, and they think like this is like the end of the world. They may not think that tomorrow will be better. So if you think that life is impermanent, yesterday or last month I'm happy, but now I'm not happy, and you know that this unhappy moment will be changed, you will be better tomorrow. And this kind of thinking, this kind of positive thinking will help you and will move you to a better situation. If you have a bad report card, you did not make a good mark in your school, in your work, and then when you receive your mark and you don't like it, and this is not a big deal, it's a big deal, but not the end of the world. So you will make your commitment, I will improve myself, I will do better, so my next report card, I will gain more marks. And this is something we should think regularly in order to help us to move on and to overcome our struggling moments. When we are young, we have a lot of expectation, but we do not have enough capacity to learn how to accept. And sometimes we collapse because we expect more than we accept. But as mother, as a father, how come they can live and they can go through many struggling times? Because they learn to accept more than they expect. This is the opposite between the young and the old. Because when we are young, especially all of us here, we grew up in the very luxury environment. When you was born as a baby, you always have clothes, milk, everything around, even a lot of toys. And do you know that every single toys that you have can buy food for a kid in Vietnam a month? Maybe you have a game cost $100, $200. And do you know that every single child in Vietnam, they only need $10 per month? So your $200 toys can nourish a young friend in Vietnam for 1 year. And because we have lived in this kind of environment, anything we want, we have it. That's why everything we wish, we satisfy right away. And when we grow up, life is not like that. When you are a baby, they will treat you as a baby because they will think, oh, you're a baby. So whatever you want, they may give you. But when you grow up as an adult, hey, I want that. So what? You buy it. I want that. You do it. This is the difference. So because we live in the condition that anything we want, we have it. And we become the habit. The habit that anything we want, we have it. When we hardly accept and take anything we want, we don't have it. So when you grow up, and this is what you will face and what you will do daily or regularly. So as a young, 20 years old, 25 years old, we're still very young. And we need to go through a lot of struggling times, struggling moments in order to overcome, in order to arrive to the destination. So what is the purpose of life? We do not, when we're young, we don't think of anything. We just enjoy life because we're still very young. But when you start 18 years old, 19 years old, you set up in front of you the purpose. I want to do this in order to make my life. So you want to make your life. Make sure you really make it. And the word make now is not only in the term, but in the action. How to make. For example, if you want to cook something, or I want to make a cake. When you want to make a cake, you need to have enough ingredients. And you need to follow the instruction how to make the cake, how to mix the flour. So everything we need to spend time. We need to spend some effort in order to make that possible. You want a cake, you do it. But when you are a baby, you want a cake, you will have a cake. And that time is over. Now it is time for us to learn to make a cake. Not just to wish for a cake and have a cake. You want to have a cake, you will make a cake. So this is fair. When we're young, we enjoy. When we grow up, we do something. And because if we're able to balance that, then life is possible. When you are young, your parents do everything for you. So when you grow up, you do things for yourself. And then when you get older and your mom or your dad get senior, become senior, you do something for them. This is the cycle. And if we can complete in that way, we will find the meaningful and the supporting of life. Sometimes we have the habit that we want to enjoy, we want to have things more than we want to make. And sometimes life is not that. If you want something, you have to make it. Example, you want to come here, you have to make your way to come here. There's no way that you want to come but you stay home and everything will be there. Impossible. You want to make a phone call, make a phone call, you have to dial the number. Even only 9 numbers, but you still have to dial. You want to make it easier, you can save the number, but you still find the name and press dial, so they can pre-dial for you. So no matter what, we want things small or big, we have to put ourselves in to make it possible. And because we all come to this way, that's why there's a lot of things that happen in our society, that a lot of people, we create a lot of things to invest, to offer for life. If they don't make it, we don't have anything. So, and if no one is searching, research, and find out how to create internet, we have no internet. We have no iPhone. We have no any technology programs. And because they invest a lot of their knowledge, their wisdom, their understanding into any project they want. So life is a project. We all have a project to do. And what is our project here? To invest the peace for ourselves, for our loved one. You study hard. What is the purpose? To make good money. Why you need good money? For good living. So we have set out that we want to invest something. And life is something we can do. It's a big investment. But if we are mindful enough, we'll invest something that benefits for us, for our loved one, and for the society. After the rain, the sun will be there. Life is not completely dark. But if we expect that no rain, no life either. Because if we have the rain, we have water. We have water, then we can grow for the plants, the food, everything. Life needs water. Life also needs the sunshine. And what is between the sunshine and the water? We need water the most. Even in our body, we have water most. So water here symbolizes for compassion, for loving kindness. The sunshine symbolizes for understanding, for wisdom. So life needs both understanding and love. But if you do not understand the situation yet, but with your love, with your kindness, you can embrace things and you can help them transform better. Two kids, they fight. You don't know who is wrong and right. But in that moment, you can come and embrace both. You don't know who is wrong and right yet. But in that moment, you embrace them both in your arms. You comfort both of them right away, no matter how angry they are. But if you bring your, hey, come here, I want to know why you do this. This is come to the end, like you bring the knowledge, the understanding, the rule to come out, and you just improve the scary. They're scary, they scare, they may cause in trouble. They may hide something and they will increase more anger. But in the moment they're both fighting, you come to embrace them both. You comfort them. Even both of them are very in the angry moment. So compassionate, loving kindness is very needed. When you water for the flower, is that compassion too? Because if you don't water, the flower will die soon. So if you can water and you can take good care for the flower, then flower can last a little bit longer. Life is that. Life is the same. If we're able to protect, if we're able to send our love to something, to someone, they can help them to overcome. So one of the way to help the other person to overcome the struggling is your loving kindness. Since 6 o'clock today, up to this moment, one of the brother, he stand out there just to do the parking control. No matter whether it's rain or sunshine, he stay there. Why he need to do that? Just love. If you have love and kindness in you, you can do many things for others. So make sure we can have nothing, but we cannot have compassion, loving kindness. Maybe that you don't have money in your pocket, but you have extra of love. Somebody when they fall down, you can help them to lift up, you can bring them up. No, you don't need money to do that. But your hands to protect them, to bring them, to lift them up is a great compassion. You can comfort them. You don't know what's wrong with the baby yet, but when you embrace them, you suffer less. and you help them to less scary. A baby, when they have a nightmare, they scream, they yell, they cry. You don't know what's wrong. The first thing you come in, you bring them into your arms, and you protect them. You comfort them, and you make sure you make them feel comfortable. And I believe that life needs a lot of love. Life needs a lot of that kind of love. You will find out what happened later. But who knows? Your loving kindness sometimes will solve the problem silently. But you never know. Sometimes some people, they get angry at you. Maybe by accident, you never know that. But the way you treat them, the way you come to them, automatically, gently, you comfort them and you make them feel at ease. And therefore they can forgive you silently within your heart. They don't have to declare, but they already forgive you. So we learn to accept. Maybe at home, you have lots of space. You can lie down on your bed, you can lie down on your couch, you can go anywhere you want, but when you come here, we have a small space. You try to squeeze yourself like this. Maybe in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you feel uncomfortable. But the moment you turn back, is this a challenge for me? Is this a good time for me to do a contest on myself? You have another feeling right away. You at ease your negative feelings. Why I have to come here and sit like this? When I do funeral services, I know a lot of young friends, they kneel down on the floor and do like an hour prayer. They feel very uncomfortable. They hurt their knees, they pain their back. And I told them, I know you are very painful now. But if you think that the pain and the hurt you take it now compared to the pain of your mom when she delivered you as a baby on your due date, even 10 times more than this. Now you kneel down here just for an hour to pray for your mom, to pay your respect, your gratitude to your mom is nothing. An hour compared to her life, her sacrifice for us is more than that. You bring your negative thought into another direction, you release yourself, you move on. When you are driving on the road, you see many holes. And not because of those holes, you turn your car back. Sometimes you try your best to slow down and overcome those holes. Make sure you don't bump yourself and people in the car by driving slowly. If you can slow down, you easily overcome many tiny strugglings. Life has a lot of holes in front of us. Big hole we may not have, but small holes there are a lot. But if you drive too fast, doesn't help anything. You can slow down. If you go to the shopping mall sometime in the parking lot, they pave a little hill. What is that for? All the drivers slow down. If you can slow down and you cross this hill gently, you don't break your car and you don't make any people in your car uncomfortable by slow down. You are the driver. You must know about that. And every one of us, we are a driver. We are a driver, and we must know how many people in our car in order to drive safety. We all have somebody within us. So make sure you know that you carry your whole family within you. There is no way that you can damage yourself. Because once you damage yourself, your whole family suffer because they are in you. Your mom, your dad, your ancestor, your family within you. And if you damage yourself, that means you damage them too. So make sure you protect yourself. Make sure you drive your car safely to the destination. And what is your car? Your body, your mind. Your two eyes, just like the lights. Your heart, just like the steering wheel. And make sure you drive and you take good care for this, your vehicle. Because your vehicle is the transport, something to transport everyone to the destination. So this is what we call reflecting. This is what we call meditation. Meditation doesn't mean you sit on the cushion for hours. Meditation means when you're able to calm yourself down and you reflect things clearly. If you are sick, you get the treatment. If you are suffer, you will find a solution to help you to overcome. And make sure there is nothing called the end of the world. There is some way to turn out. If you come to the wrong way, you find a way out. This is something very true, and we're able to do it. As a young, we may do some mistake. But if without mistake, we will not learn. So remember that you live in the environment. Anything you want, you have it. But as myself, I don't live in that situation. As your mom, your dad, we all live in the situation that if we want something, we have to work so hard. And that's why sometimes we have different way of living. Still easy to understand because we come from different background. And if you know that we come from different background, then of course the different way of living is not something, big surprise. So once you can understand the background, the situation, you can take that easier. You can accept that easier. Same thing, if your mom and dad understand where you come from in a very luxury environment, comfortable environment, then they will more understand about it. But I just want to remind, now when you grow up, it is time for you to start to deal with something that you never did before. But make sure you know that this is only the dealing. And once you have the solution to deal, everything will be solved. Do not close that up and do not block that up and turn that into the totally negative situation. Everything can be solved. Everything can be moved on. If you have a chance to read Prajna Paramita, Tâm Kinh, Yết Đế, Ba La Yết Đế, Ba La Tăng Yết Đế, Bồ Đề Tát Bà Ha. That is the pronunciation from the original Sanskrit. Gate, Paragate, Parasangate, Bodhi Swaha. Try more. Try a little bit harder, more harder. You will overcome everything and you arrive to the shore. Savha is the shore, is the destination, but this is the joyful destination. When you go to the university, when you have a final exam in grade 9, will be big difference than the final exam in grade 12. And when you have the final exam in grade 12 will be different than the test in university. The more you move on, the harder you deal. This is part of life, just like school. But your school will be done one day. But the school of life, you learn for your whole life. So that is something I want to share with you today. And I want to remind that we need to squeeze in and put ourselves in different situations in order to have different experience. And the more experiences we have, the better way we live. Because we can understand others a lot, and we able to accept the others easily. Thank you, friends, for your coming to listening, and I hope that with my short sermon